Good morning. I'm Debbie Barrett. I'm a senator from Beaverhead County in Madison County, Senate District 36. I'm a turned out House member, and I have been a legislator for 8 years. And I have been invited by Alden Downing this morning from the Republican Party to give a brief tour and talk about a legislator's perspective of the Capitol.
Well, let's get started.
Here we are in the House chamber. This is where I spent 4 legislative sessions and a few special sessions, and I usually sat somewhere in this row. I started in the middle, and then when I had about the middle of the row, and then as I was elected to leadership positions, they put leadership at the edge of the rows so we can easily get out and talk to people. And we're close to the telephones. The telephones call the person at the front who's in the chair for that day.
Now, who's right across the aisle here?
This side, I am a Republican, and the Republicans always sit on this side, and right across the aisle are all of the Democrat representatives. We have a gallery on 3 sides, and our guests, they set up there during the session, and they do. We can stand and introduce them. And the only ones allowed on the floor, the up above is for guests. On the floor can be former legislators, current senators, the press, if they have their passes, and our immediate family.
Now, when it comes to voting, how hard is it sometimes to choose between that green and the red button?
It's darn hard. You know, every vote you have winners and losers, and it's gut-wrenching at times to make that decision that it's up to you, and it's hard. This is a corridor between the House and the Senate, and it also has the restrooms, the men and the women's, and it is closed to anyone but legislators. Our pages can use it too, and most people don't have admittance here, so. That goes back out to the snack bar, and we have men's restroom, women's restroom, and we'll walk through this one to get to the Senate because I have always heard the men say this is the best room on the 3rd floor because of the morning sunshine, and I've never been in here, and they're right.
It's very bright.
Not over here? Or? Yes, you can. And we end up in the Senate. This is the Senate anteroom. And this also gets the wonderful sunshine. And Nancy Clark, our Sergeant of Arms, has done a lot of work in this room with the plants and the groupings of the chairs and the lamps, just making it more inviting. So this is where I can read my paper. And notice the chairs are different. The desks are pretty similar. I am in, I believe, the middle of this row, so I got to stay in the middle. I like that. I don't need to be at the front or the rear. But this is a great room. The same thing, Republicans on one side, Democrats on the other side. We are in the rotunda. The rotunda is on the 2nd floor of the Capitol, and the entire floor except for the far end is the Secretary of State. And then we have the governor's budget offices on both sides of the hall. Then we're in the rotunda, and we go on down the hall to the right, and they're all, the 2nd floor is the governor's. To say goodbye to you now, and I hope you enjoyed a brief tour of the Capitol. We started on the very, very top, and we worked our way down to the 3rd floor where the House and the Senate chambers are, and they were very empty and very quiet. When you come back January 5th, you will not recognize this place. It will be a hubbub. There will be people there, everywhere, families, legislators, lobbyists, news, press, everyone, school children. You won't recognize the place. So it's a good thing that you saw the bones of the old building while you could. We're down now in the front and saying goodbye, but I hope this isn't a goodbye for good. I hope you check into the blog, and this is just the first part. I hope you see what we do and follow us along. Goodbye.